What is up, guys? Welcome back. We are with a 2013 Toyota 4Runner, as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title of the video. But yeah, this is our next vehicle that we're going to be reviewing or going over. Yeah, I do apologize, it is a bit windy out today, but I figured today's best day to do this for me. So yeah, here we are, and this is the SR5 model. This is not the four-wheel drive, but this has the 270, what is it, 76 horsepower V6, the 4-liter. It's a pretty good motor. It goes with this vehicle pretty well, considering that this vehicle weighs quite a bit, well over the 4,000 pound mark. But you can see it's a nicely appointed vehicle. It's got some nice tires on it, big old, like, you know, off-roady type of tires. It looks like it's got some running boards, and of course the chrome and my shadow, which is always not a good thing. But it's got the signature, I guess you'd say, 4Runner side profile with that swooping and kind of edginess that it has coming around to the big back end of her. It's a big vehicle. It's a much bigger vehicle than, I don't know, you would assume, I guess, well, compared to older models. But yeah, it's a nice looking vehicle. Of course, it's got the fog lamps, and I believe the two lights beside the fog lamps there on the bottom are actually like the running lights on it, which I'll show you right here. When you have the daily driving lights on, those will light up nice and bright. Like I said, this has got the 6-cylinder, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Go ahead and pop the hood here. Let's see if I can find it. Ah, there we go. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come over here and take a look at this pollen-ridden badness, as my finger gets in the way too. It's been a while since we've done these videos, so I do apologize. This is going to be super amateurish style. But yeah, that is the 4-liter V6. I believe it's a 4-liter. God, I hope so. If not, I'm pretty sure somebody in the comments can correct me on that. But yeah, a good looking vehicle. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on the outside, just because, well, for one, I think everybody in America, nice thud there. I believe everybody in America has seen these. These are all over the place. These are not not rare at all. But you can see it's got a sunroof, and it's got a rack on the top already. So let's go ahead and do the inside. I'm trying to think. I think I'll go ahead and I'll do the holding the camera from the inside. We're not going to do the whole sitting on the outside thing. So let me undo our camera here, and we'll go ahead and we'll get in the driver's side, and we'll talk about this as we have the key chiming. So we'll go ahead and take that out. Let's get that out of there. All right. So on the inside, of course, you have your power window locks. Power windows and locks, you know, obviously turning those off. You have a nice bit of leather here. It's actually held up very good. Like I said, 2013 model. So the interior does have some wear on it. You do have a couple of storage spots down here. You can kind of put bottles of water or something in there. And yeah, the materials on this are very nice. Held up very well. The leather seats, of course, you can see we got some wear here, and then some wear over on the bolstering. You know, something that'll have to be addressed by the owner, I'm assuming, if they want to. But power seats, you got your lumbar support, your forward backwards of the backrest, as well as, you know, moving up and down, left and right, that type of thing. Well, not left and right. And then you got some buttons here. Let's see if we can get this without the sunlight being so much in the way. Of course, you got your mirrors, then your dimmer switch for your gauges, and then whether or not you want the parking to be on, because this in the back has, of course, I guess you would kind of call it sonar, has these sensors here. There's 4 of them, and it will beep if you're close to any of those sensors, if it feels like you're too close to something. And of course, it's got, like I said, running boards, good running boards. Those are always nice. So other than that, you have a the front wipers warmer, the front wiper warmers, a blank thing here. I forgot what that was supposed to be. I can't think of it right now. and then you can change your voltages and watts between the outlets. These have a couple outlets that you can kind of plug in for like laptops and stuff, the actual 3-prong plugs. Then the RSCA, that's your rollover side curtain airbags. You can turn those on and off because this is a 4Runner. These, you know, sometimes are taken out on off-roading. That doesn't make any sense. Get taken off-roading, so if you're like tilted to the side, it doesn't just, you know, feel, the vehicle doesn't sense, hey, we're tipping over, and, you know, shoots out the airbags on you and then just completely messes up your off-roading experience. Of course, then on your left stock are your headlights controls and your directionals, of course. Like I said, DRL. Then you got your marker lights and then your headlights. And then this switch here turns on and off your, whether or not you want your fog lights to come on. These will not be activated until you go full, obviously. And that way they'll be on when they're there. And of course, the DOR. Of course, your gauges, pretty standard. You got your tachometer, your speedometer with your, of course, your speedo. Tells you how fast you're going. And as well as, let's go ahead and shut the door, as well as your miles. And this 4Runner has 151,000 miles. And we got a TPS sensor flash, and then of course you have your, of course, engine temperature and your fuel and your other warranties. Of course, that light is just on. Obviously these lights are just on because the vehicle is not completely on. I am going to go ahead and kind of turn her on now. Get to hear what it sounds like. And your center stack here lights up and tells you that the audio is off. On top, this does not come, this is of course just a regular phone case. Good material on the dash. I really like the dash material here. And then here you have, of course, some info, your range or your miles per gallon. So you can see this is averaging not the greatest miles per gallon. Heavy vehicle, V6, all that. Then you got your outside temperatures, which direction you're facing, and of course your time. And then of course you got your vents and your hazards. And then we come to, I'm trying to get a good view of this. This is of course your radio. You got the audio here. You got a bunch of different options, AM, FM, satellite, disc, and Bluetooth. Everything works, and this thing is pretty responsive. You do have to kind of hit stuff to mean it, but you know, it's, you know, for 2013, it's not too bad. It's not the greatest, but you know, it works. As you can see, you got your seek options. Then you got an apps button here. You can bring up some apps. And of course you got your map, which actually will connect with your phone, and you can actually get a working map. And then of course Pandora. Who still uses Pandora? I don't know, not me. Which is fine. And then of course it can kind of tell you some other stuff here. You got some Slacker radio, stocks, open table. I'm guessing that stuff will kind of have to run. You either have to have a satellite setup or probably have to like use your phone for that. And of course then you have all your general info. So do you want to beep? And you got personal data, so we're not going to mess around with too much of this, but it's pretty cool. HD radio settings, you know, obviously we want all that. So a pretty neat little system there. And on this side here you have of course party mode. This changes the level of sound. You turn it off and everything gets a little bit more quieter, kind of, I don't know, less chaotic, I guess. But you know, once you go in here and you set up your audio settings, set it up for one or the other and you'll be good to go. Of course this says cruise control. If you've been in Toyota, you know, you got your on, you set it this way. If you cancel it and then you want to resume it, you push it up, you know, that type of thing. Of course it gives you, you know, that it is set and it's not set. And of course your Bluetooth buttons, your modes here that change, you know, what you're listening to, AM, FM, satellite, that type of thing, Bluetooth, then your volume, and, or sorry, up and down for channels and songs, and then your volume. So we move to the lower part. Of course you got your HVAC controls. This turns on As you can see, your AC or fans, max AC, you just click it down once. I'm one of those people, I don't like to click on an AC and shut it off, so that's that. And then of course hot and cold by turning that knob. Of course, by turning on max AC, which everybody knows, it automatically turns on your recirculation, and then you have these controls here, which changes where the air is, of course, projecting, and then of course you have a rear defroster, and then you have your security light, and then you see our vehicle here. This is where you'll see with the backup sensors, there's just where the sensors are. You know, you had one to the very left flank, the right flank, and then the two behind. When you're backing up, if there's something on this side and you're getting close, you'll hear the beeping, and then it'll flash a light on that side. If it's directly behind the vehicle, both lights of those will flash. So it's pretty cool. It kind of lets you know exactly, you know, what side you're getting close to on something, because like I said, you look in the rear mirror and there is no visibility with the seats up. We'll get back down here. Of course, you got your passenger, whether or not they got the seatbelt on. You got a little bit of storage here, very small bit. But you lift this up, you got a little bit more. You can stick a card. That is a insurance card. Then you have a USB and auxiliary port section, and then you have, of course, a 12-volt source. Oh, there we go. And you can see there, 120 watts max. So that's a nice little thing, and I do like how it's that little door there. And of course here you have your cup holders. I don't know what this would be right here. And then of course you can take this out to make it a little bit bigger if you have an extra large drink. Another cup holder here, and then right here where these glasses are, this, if you have four-wheel drive, would be where your four-wheel drive control are. I think it's like a knob or something, and there's some other little buttons that you can kind of push, I believe. And of course automatic. This is a 5-speed. Set up wrong. This is supposed to be upshift. That should be downshift, because when you're coming to a stop, when you're trying to slow down, pushing forward makes more sense, and when you're going fast, pulling back to shift up makes sense. But you know, not everybody gets it right. My Fiat has it right, and I think maybe even like Mazda Miatas do. Coming back here, you have your switch for the rear window. That's right, this has a rear window. In the back, you just, we'll go ahead and just put that down all the way right now, maybe get some air in here. But yeah, it's automatic up and down. All the windows are automatic up and down in this vehicle, which is very nice. Beside it, two blank switches. These two blank switches are for heated seat options. So if you got the vehicle and you got heated seats, that would be the driver, that would be the passenger. And of course another cup holder. This will come out too if you want to make it bigger. And a little storage place. Shout out to this cool dude right here. If anybody's looking for a vehicle in the Charlotte area, a Toyota in particular, that's your dude to hit up. He's a pretty cool guy. Center console flips up. You got some tissues. You could probably stick something else in here too. It says tissues, and then you got a pen holder. So a little bit there, nothing major. And here, besides the GoPro camera thingy, a very deep storage pocket, some change, and another volt outlet. This is an actual outlet. As you can see, the shocked face. And I do apologize if I am having mic settings. Mic is very much up there. And of course, a passenger seat. In your glove compartment, you actually have another volt thing there. And we got this. Okay, so that switch that we had, that blank switch right there, checked it out, man. It's right in there. That is the automatic running boards. So you can turn on whether or not you want the automatic running boards to be on or not. So that's pretty cool. So kind of hurry up there. So we don't have that because it just got running boards all together. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off, and we're gonna kind of come out, and I'm just gonna keep holding the camera. I hope you guys don't mind, presentation wise. So into the second row here, and same materials as the front, and a lot of leg room. Holy cow, that stuff right there does not come with it. That is after. But look at this. I am in the back here, and I have a crap ton of room, just a crap ton of leg room, as you can see. That's like my driving position right there. So I could ride back here and be super comfortable. I haven't been in the back seat this, like, I haven't been in a back seat this big before. Giggity. They do have some little amenities here. They have a little strap here. I'm guessing this is also to pull it down, but maybe you could stick something there. But once you pull it down, you have an armrest and 2 more cup holders. So yes, second row passengers get their cup holders, of course. So we'll go ahead and close that up. That's very nice. Like I said, the material is just as nice. Of course, the back seats are in, of course, non-wearable shape, because I'm guessing they probably won't use a whole lot back here. But you got good headroom too. Like, I got a good bit of room here, so that's nice. So let's go ahead and move to the back. So one thing to say to get to the back, you have this here. This will actually fold that all the way down. Nice big bang, and that brings up the third row. I know it looks weird right now, right? What's going on here? Well, you just pull these and boom, there's your third row seating. I'm guessing this can kind of come forward maybe a little bit, but you wouldn't have a whole lot of room. That's obviously for little kids, but they do have a little bit of cubbies and storage back here if they need it as well. And then I keep having to flip this screen back on, but to fold that back, boom, just like that, fold it back. So we'll go ahead and we'll go to the rear, not that fake rear. Here we go. Latch is, of course, right under there. You open it up and you're like, holy cow, man, no room whatsoever. But again, easy fix. You just yank on these. These will pull down the headrests, and then you just pull this up here, and the third row folds away into the floor. Yay! And look at all that room. A heck of a lot of room. And then here you have a storage compartment where they store your tires, your tire kit, your jack and the jack accessories and stuff. Over here is, I believe, just a storage kit in itself, or storage room. Why do I say storage kit, right? But yeah, you got a little bit of storage there, not a whole lot, but a nice bit. Then you have another 400 watt 120 volt outlet and another cigarette lighter-ish style power source. So yeah, it is a lot of room in this vehicle, and a lot of neat little things in here. So yeah, that is the 4Runner. And of course, like I said, you can fold down the rear seat there too. I believe this, if you pull this, it actually moves it forward. It drops down and moves it forward. It doesn't actually drop it all the way. If you want to drop it all the way, you got to push this up, and boom, there you go. Look at that. And you have a crap ton of room for whatever you need. So yeah, that is the 2013 Toyota 4Runner SR5. And if you can't tell, that plate was on another car. That's right, folks. This is my 4Runner. I bought this a couple weeks ago now, and I've been enjoying it. And yeah, I'm just sorry about the bad camera ways I'm trying to get set up here. So yeah, I bought this a couple weeks ago from that Toyota, Town and Country Toyota, and they gave me a great deal on it. So yeah, guys, that is it. That is the 2013 Toyota 4Runner. I know, I'm not sure how this is gonna get edited up. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and go from here. But we're going to go ahead and take it for a drive. I was gonna tell you during the drive that I bought it. Another thing I will say right up here real quick, let's go over these. You got your traction control button. You have your home links if you have a garage. This will turn on and off your lights on the mirrors under there, like when you open your door and stuff or unlock it. You got a sunroof. That's right, we have a sunroof. I did mention that. If you want it to slide open or slide up, you got those, up or down. So those are cool. Then of course you have your lights there. So that's that covered. I almost forgot about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and take it for a drive. I'll let you know how it feels. Obviously, I've driven this a few times now. But yeah, driving this over the Fiat, which I traded in. That's why I got a good deal on this. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I'm such a shrewd negotiator that I picked this up for, you know, under 11,000 used. They were asking around 15 and a half, but then after trade-in and everything, I traded in the car. They gave me a good trade-in. It was about 500 less than I would have privately sold the car for. So you got to kind of ask yourself, is that 500 really worth it to try to sell it or not? At the time, I was just like, you know what? But I was really ready to go as I'm waiting for people to come. I was really ready to get something bigger. I would, in an ideal world, I would have waited a few months and then just used, you know, money I'd saved, and, you know, used that as a down payment and then kept the Fiat. But I just said, you know, it's a good offer. They offered me a great trade, I think. Of course, obviously they have to offer the amount that they can give you, as well as, you know, try to sell the car at a profit. I saw what they were selling the car as, and I was like, that's a wild try. But like I said, it was only a 500-hour difference of what I would have taken if I private sold it. You know, that car wasn't perfect. You know, it had a lot less miles than this did on it, but you know, it was a good car. I enjoyed that car for a little over 3 years, and I'm gonna miss it eventually, but right now I'm really enjoying driving this. Driving this is obviously completely different. You're not gonna be hot rodding around. It's got plenty of power to get up and go. You can get up and get up to speed with this pretty decently, obviously. Like I said, it's got about 276, I think, which is kind of funny if that is, because that's like that Japanese gentleman's agreement between the cars. No car will have over a certain amount, but it gets up and moves. It, you know, drives fine. It took me actually a couple days when I first started driving it to not kind of saw at the wheel. It was very darty. It took me, you know, a good couple of days just to get used to how it drove, and it drives very nice. It's very smooth. It's very quiet. It would probably be a little bit more quiet if it didn't have the tires it has. These are, of course, a little bit, as you saw, they were the BF Goodrich's, a little bit more of an off-roader tire. I don't know how legit of an off-road tire it would be, but, you know, it's a good vehicle. It drives smooth. It shifts smooth. One drawback I don't like about it is the eco mode. It's got this. It's got that right there. It tells you eco, and I don't really care for it. When you give it a little bit more gas, it goes away, obviously. But as soon as you let off, it's back in eco mode, and that, of course, completely, like, it. You can feel a little stutter between going in eco and out of eco mode, and I think I said that wrong, but eco. And you can just feel the slightest stutter in it. But other than that, I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. I love the fact I can actually go places now, and not worry about space. Like, if I wanted to go to Lowe's and pick something up, I don't have to be like, ooh, is this gonna fit? You know, it's just nice to have that option of space. And I actually think that the turning radius on this is a lot better than the Fiat. The Fiat, of course, being it had a sport suspension and everything, it didn't allow the 500 to quite turn compared to the other 500s, you know, a regular 500. But this is good. I like it. I mean, I'm actually above everybody again. Not above, but I'm actually high up. You know, it's not like I'm trying to have to, like, poke over bushes when I'm trying to, you know, come out of a parking lot like I just did there and look over, you know, a bush or something. So it is a very, very nice ride. It's something that I can definitely tell I'm going to be able to enjoy going on longer trips, like to New York, where I go see my family and stuff, without having, you know, too big of an issue. As far as comfort, I mean, the Miata, or I keep saying Miata for some reason, but the Fiat yeah, the Fiat is was comfortable on long trips, but this I think is going to be overall more present experience, especially when I take my animals, if I have to take my cats with me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, you want to see more. You're going to see more of this. I actually have, like I said, with the seats, I have an idea for something. Like I said, when I said the owner's going to have to take care of it, because I don't really care, you know, for what I see when I look at the seats. I'm just like, ooh, that sucks. But I have an idea for that, and little thanks to it. I'm not going to do a whole lot, but you know, hopefully this channel will start to get a little active, a little bit more, but I'm not gonna like sit here and guarantee that because like I said, I've always said, you know, hey, we're gonna try to do better, but you know, life just gets in the way and everything. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and until the next one, you take care. Peace. Backing her up in the spot, didn't even use the backup camera, 'cause I'm cool. Still recording.